everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is Wine Library TV. So, in the great words of the, really poetic poet, Will Smith, it's summertime. I guess not really, but it kind of is. And it's time to do some summertime white wines and even a rosé. Don't be scared of the pink stuff is something we're going to be talking about today. And I'm really excited about it. 4 wonderful wines as Eric is trying to get into the room. Eric, hello, how are you? Thanks for jumping in. Obviously it is summertime and we're going to focus on that, but we have a whole lot of things to talk about. A lot of house cleaning. With Dick Vermeil here yesterday, it was wonderful to have the Hall of Fame coach on the show. I was unable to address a couple things. Number one, first and foremost, congrats to Eric and Amy. Went to their wedding over the weekend. They got married, as many of you know. For all you old school Vaynerchuks, they're expecting a baby, I guess in like 30 or 40 days. Congratulations, EFK. Big deal for the Wine Library TV family, and we're really excited about that. It was a wonderful occasion. And big shout out to all the mothers. I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day, and I hope you're lucky and privileged enough to either have a mother or wife, or were able to enjoy Mother's Day at some sort of level. And so that was really nice. I was able to spend it with 2 wonderful mommies. So, I guess we're going to focus on that. I guess I want to do a couple other things. Number one, I want to talk about the San Francisco party. I am coming out to San Fran later this month, and I know they're almost booked. I know a bunch of cancellations. People really don't like me. I understand. It makes sense to me. Huge link down here. No more over here. And let's talk about that. So there's a link underneath the video under the wines. All the way at the bottom, you'll see that if you want to join the festivities. If you're a new Vaynerchuk and you're in San Fran and you want to join us for a bunch of drinking and tasting and articulating vino. New layout. I'm enjoying my new threads. I hope you are, which gets me to a couple things. If you're looking for the forum, which many of you are a part of, that's up here now in the WLTV network tab. Hit that tab, you will find the forum link. And if you're looking for past episodes, I saw somebody mention that, the archives are right up here. A little bit easier to find. I think we kind of like the archives. Hopefully that will work for you. And obviously you can always search anything like, hairy wines or, rosés or drinking wines. So you can search anything like that. So let's get into wines and we'll talk about other things because there's a whole lot going on. But let's start this day with pink. And I think a lot of people are scared of pink. I embrace the pink. You see me wearing the pink shirt in the show. I like many things that are pink. So this is a legendary rosé wine. This is the Domaine's Haut. Les Domaines, Des Puits Moret, 2005 rosé. It's $14 US, and there's several different Domaine wines. This is an entry level. This is a blend between Grenache, Cinsault, and Syrah. The skins of those grapes are made in this rosé, and this is widely considered one of the top producers of rosés in the world. And again, for 14 bones, or if you're lucky enough, you can go to the Hamptons and pay $90. Who doesn't want to do that? It's an actual bargain in the world of wine. In the world of wine. But obviously $14 for a rosé is quite expensive for most people. It's a little bottle shock going on there, or so should I call sticker shock. You can see some nice color. It's very, very, very pretty. Let's give it a whirl. Nice aromatics, kind of tight right off the bat. Let me give it a little bit more whirl. Little subtle hints of strawberry, but very tight on the nose. Really not getting much aromatically at all, which obviously disappoints me because it's one of my favorite parts of the process. This is a very well-made, serious bottle of rosé. Obviously because of white Zinfandel, the pink stuff gets such a bad name, but there are some tremendous wines from Provence and Languedoc especially that are rosé-based. California, there's a lot of places actually now Australia, making very solid rosé wines. This is right at the forefront. This is crisp and clean, well-structured, beautiful hints of really, really baby strawberries. I'm getting a nice, lively mineral aspect, something you would see in a Riesling. So if you are a fan of the seashell and things of that nature, I would also recommend this wine. Again, at the end of the day, this is a sandwich, an ice cream sandwich between 2 seashells and a strawberry. Bite it, don't chip your tooth, because the seashell is, kind of hard. But that's the flavor profile this wine is bringing. And I enjoy that flavor profile. This goes tremendously well with salads and with shellfish, for a matter of fact. It's a little bit plain Jane, which there's nothing wrong with. For a matter of fact, I prefer girls that don't wear makeup. But that being said, I'm going to score this wine 88 points. I think it's a well-structured wine. I think it's just a good bottle of wine. It's just not doing enough to get me totally on board out of realm. However, if anybody is interested in exploring different things, trying different things, going outside of their wine box, this is one wine that you should definitely enjoy this summer. There are people who would enjoy this probably more than me, and it's exciting to see quality like this in a rosé wine. Let's move on. Actually, let's address the gorilla in the room. Why do I have, by the way, $40 of dimes don't get you what I think. I thought, I imagined this huge pile that I was going to break through. Why do I have a lot of dimes? Well, let's talk about dimes. Dimes, 10 cents. And Mott, remind me, have we ever charged anybody for anything on Wine Library TV, like for the show itself? No, we have not. So I'm really not asking for much, but what I am doing today now is asking for a 10-cent donation. That's right, I'm looking for a 10-cent donation. Have I gone cheap on you? Did cork cost a little more than we thought? No. The 10-cent donation that I am looking for is your 2 cents, but I'm looking for it 5 days a week. That's right, 2 cents, 5 days a week, a stinking dime. That's all I'm asking for, is a dime. Can you give me that? I've given you so much. And what am I referring to? Comments. They're down below now, where they've always been. And what I'm looking for you to do is add your comments to the show. I know about the bulletin board. I know about Cork coming on board. All that great stuff. But I want to see the comments. It's what it's like my juice. It's like my thing. I need it to breathe. It's like, please help a guy out. So, old school Vaynerchuks have really been culprits. Have you noticed? They've all migrated to the boards, and you don't leave it anymore. Paul, where you been at? Come on. I'm looking for some comments. Please comment on the show, ask a question, answer the question of the day. You and 10 cents can make me very happy. All right, let's move on. And now this wine makes me very happy. One, because it looks like Voss water, and that is intriguing in its own right. Number two, it's Pinot Grigio, and who doesn't love a good bottle of Pinot Grigio? Now, this is the Voga non-vintage Pinot Grigio, meaning that they are allowed to use grapes from different years to make this blend, which is a smart marketing plan, because basically their marketing plan is the bottle. So they don't really need to worry about, the rules, which gives them a lot of flexibility, probably allows them to keep costs down, and, fine with that. Obviously, it's a very intriguing pour out of this bottle. I think it's pretty interesting. It's $11 US, and about 4 or 5 people have been bugging me. Maddie, I'm doing it. Christian K from Kansas, I'm doing it. So people have been bugging me to do it. Gary, we love this Voga. It's a great Pinot Grigio. It's 10 times better than Santa Margarita. Do it on the show for us. And I'm going to. Let's give this a whirl. Really nice color. Very fruity nose, almost smells like cheap Goya pineapple juice. Little smokiness going on as well. Little funk going on the nose, but not too horrible. Think about rotten pineapples. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's not so horrible, but that's kind of where the smell is going. This wine is horrendous. This wine tastes like sugar water. It is completely one-dimensional. It's very off balanced. It's got sugar, then it's got like sourness going on. This is really more of like a beverage. You know how like when cranberry juice went from cranberry juice to like cranberry cocktail? This is like where some of the wine world is going. This should not be called Pinot Grigio. This should be a Pinot Grigio cocktail. Call it a PGC. And this is really, really off balance too. I'm tasting a very awful awkwardness. I mean, there's really no way to make this wine any better. Actually, let's see if we can, you know, money makes it taste better. Even good old-fashioned American currency, though it's tough against the euro, is not doing anything for this wine. One of the worst efforts on WLTV. I am dying to get these emails from 3 or 4 people that have been emailing me telling me this is where the thunder lies. This is not where the thunder lies. This is where the poison candy lies. I'm going to give this an enormous pass. How many Z's can we have in the English language? I mean, this is as bad as it gets. Exactly what's wrong with wine. It tastes completely one-dimensional. I'm going to give it an enormous pass. Let's score it 50 points, because that's where the scaling starts, and that's it. 50 goddamn points. Because you get 50 points just for being a wine. Huh. Let's give this wine 48 points. Let's move on. Wow. This is the Domaine Ricard 2005 Sauvignon Pierre Affen. And this is a small little producer from the Loire Valley. It's a Touraine, which is Sauvignon Blanc. Let's give it a whirl. First, let's give it a rinse. We're going to need to give it a rinse from the last wine. So let's do that. Let's give it a whirl. This is 12 bones. $12 cash. We're back on track. All right, and very nice nose for 12 bucks. I mean, this is $11. This is going to be fun, actually. Really back on track, getting a beautiful little hint of grassiness. Give me a grasshopper in there. Very lively spring turning to summer flavor profile of a field. Love it, love it. Beautiful integration of a little bit of grapefruit on the nose. And ugly fruit. Have you ever had an ugly fruit? It's got a little bit of an ugly fruit kind of nose on it, which is really spectacular. I'm a huge fan of Sancerre, as many of you know who've been watching a long time. This is also from the Loire Valley. A Touraine is usually considered a lower class, but I'm going to tell you, this wine is spectacular. This is bringing the thunder. It's really a beautiful integration of what I love about Loire Valley, but there's enough cat pee, like a little beep, 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 like kind of when the cat's done peeing and like the residual little shots of pee. There's enough cat pee in here mixed in with the grassy, grapefruity, ugly fruit making its first appearance on WLTV. To go along with the beautiful acidity, beautiful mouthfeel, little hints of a jalapeno pepper on the finish as well, but like a sweet jalapeno pepper, if that makes any sense. Just tremendously strong wine. This is what summer wine's all about. And you know what? Let's get serious. Let's give this wine 90 points. I don't throw them around often, especially for this price point, especially these types of wines, but I'm going to have to do it here. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I think many people are looking for. It might be a little too zingy, zangy, tangy, wangy for you, so I'm not saying that everybody should rush out and get this, but if you're a fan of New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, if you like Sancerres, if you like those crisp, clean, to-the-point wines, this is a wine that's going to absolutely satisfy you. A tremendous value in the wine world. 12 bones, 90 points. Kudos to Ricard. Great, great job. Great job. Before we get to the last wine, we should probably talk about Corked. We should get to that, shouldn't we? As many of you now know, we have a link to the story right over here that we started in the forum yesterday. So if you're not in the forums, you do miss out on stuff. Another cute little way to get in there. We have made a partnership with Corked, and we are integrating fully, and I think we're going to put a lot of effort into Corked and integrating it into Wine Library TV. You'll notice that there's Corked links below each wine now, so you can click it, and if you've had the wine or after you had the wine, you can go back and review it in your Corked account. Think of Corked as a beautiful migration between what MySpace is for winos like us. A beautiful way to have a social network. Obviously, I want you to friend me, so there's a link right over here. I want to be your drinking buddy, so create an account and friend me up if you haven't done that already. I've noticed a lot of you have already created accounts, but where Cork's beautiful thing is obviously it's a seller management tool as well, and a scoring aggregator. So I really believe that as powerful as Wine Spectator is, and Robert Parker, and I don't want that to be, and I don't want to be the voice of the wine world. I want you. Remember, you. I want us to be the wine voice, and so I think Cork gives us the infrastructure to have. Can you imagine having some of these wines and having 100 or 200 tasting notes underneath that wine? It could be amazing. It could be a great integration, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool things with it to make Cork.com the best and most interesting website about wine on the internet. I think it brings enormous amounts of value. We're going to be doing things that are going to be great, like, for example, when you buy something on winelibrary.com, it automatically goes into your Corked account. Things that make your life a lot easier. We're super excited about it. We've got a ton of work to do. We're not even in the world of some of the other better sites out there like Cellar Tracker or what have you, but we're going to really work on making it better, and we think we're going to bring some beautiful community to it, because I want to go on Corked at night and see what people are talking to each other. What are you drinking? What are you having? It's going to be a pretty darn cool thing. So if you are not a Corked.com member, please sign up. But most importantly, if nothing else, just sign up and become my buddy, because I want to see how many friends I can get. I'm looking for 1 million. It's a lot. So it's a lot. All right. So check that out, and most importantly, friend me. I'll leave a message on your Corked board. Pretty cool, right? Corked board. And so we'll have some fun there. We're looking to do big things. Grosset, 2006 Polish Hill. Clare Valley Riesling, 27 US dollars, no score. I would be remiss not to give a huge shout out to the creators of Corked, Dan Cederholm and Dan Benjamin, who are so internet famous. They can pee on me in my internet fame. They're the biggest, they're the best, wonderful guys. You should friend them as well. They're just the best, and they did an amazing job. The day I saw Corked for the first time a year ago, I started crying, because I have ratingwines.com and always wanted to create what Corked is. So, kudos to those guys, and they're still going to be around to advise, and they're just amazing. So just wanted to throw that out. Little rinse McGints as we get into this wine. Again, this is very interesting, because the Grosset Polish Hill is one of the legendary Rieslings in all of Australia. It tends to score in the 92, 93, 91, 94 range. Big scores for this wine. I've been a huge fan. This is the 06. Excited to give it a whirl. Very nice color, nice and light and golden. God, this has pure elegance on it. I mean, there's just a different level of wine sometimes. Beautiful peach and apricot integration. Give me a little gasoline in here as well. Clear cut. Thinking of like when you start your gas stove or barbecue, you get that little shot, integrated beautifully, marinating peaches and apricots on the nose. This is just gorgeous. Lots of elegance. I almost get a banana peel on here. Very beautiful. Before I get to this, the new Vaynerchuk Woman's Tea with a woman's cut. So many of the ladies out there have been emailing me. Besides telling me how cute I am, they've been asking for the beautiful new Vaynerchuk t-shirt. Well, we've done it. Link. Oh, I keep doing that. Link down here. You guys have to help me out. It's all links down here now. If you want to get one of these wonderful t-shirts, we've got them in stock now. Please send in your photos wearing them. We got a cool little thing going on. Definitely check out the swag page up top. You're going to be really impressed with what's going on. So we've got these limited, one-time run, so please get them for all the ladies in your life. Guys, so many of you email me and tell me how much your wife hates me, how annoying my voice is, how much I stink, how much your girlfriend hates when you watch a show. What better way to get her on board? Get her on board this train by getting her this kick-ass, awesome tea. Changing the wine. So this one is going to go away to you for free. for the first person, you know it's contest time, for the first person that says, give me dat t-shirt. If you don't say D-A-T, you don't get the free tee. The first person in the comments to say, give me dat t-shirt, will get this one. I'll email you, we'll get your address, and this will come to you. All right, Grosset 06 Polish Hill. Big boy, 12.5%. But what an explosion. What a complete annihilation. Almost think of like the Vikings going into Paris. They are completely taking over my entire palate. Very, very metally. Very, very iron. Very, very aluminum. Lots and lots of steel components. They're very intriguing. I get an interesting kind of like bug spray kind of component on the mouthfeel. These things do not sound delicious to you. I'm telling you they are. Once again, think of it as a nice iron, slab of iron, just taken with peaches and just put all over the, steel and just biting that. Of course, you're going to hurt your teeth, but that's the flavor profile this wine gives. Great, great explosion of flavor, well-integrated fruit. Yeah, this is a very well-made wine. Now, for 27 bones, Riesling is not, not inexpensive wine. So this is a fair price, especially for a wine like this. This is not a wine for everybody. This is more of an old world wine fan for people, but something that I'm completely impressed with. Let's score this wine 92 points, but not for everybody. Old world fans, people that really enjoy Rieslings, but this is a very, very serious bottle of wine. Question of the day. God, hold on. I'm just like taken aback by this overall flavor component. I just want to sip a little bit more. God, summer's here. I really hope people are willing to explore for this wine. This is a very different level of wine, something a lot of people haven't experienced. But it's expensive, 27 bucks. Why can't we find things like this for $8 or $9? Question of the day. It's summertime. What are you doing for the summer? And finally, I'm not leaving you with that. Quick little link over here for Colin, my good friend Colin. He did a cool interview about Corked and all that, so you can get a real good preview of what we're really doing here. I'm telling you, this is a special day, special episode. You know why? Because here's where it gets real truthful. You, and I mean a whole heck of a lot of you, and a tiny piece of me, we're changing the wine world, aren't we?